Welcome to the Lusitani campaign for Dividi et Impera 1.2.4. In the last part, we came down here and we took Mastia from, well, a faction that's now gone. I can't remember what their name was. It's been a few days since I've recorded a part in this series. And I'm in an interesting situation is probably the best way to describe it. I mean, we are about 4 or 5 turns on from the end of that video. And what I've been trying to do is build up my economy, because I'm really surprised at the fact that you can see here I hold virtually all of Iberia except for Ibosim and Gadir here, which are currently held by Carthage. And normally if I was playing a Hellenic faction over here, to hold this amount of territory I would be able to support 2 armies, and at the moment I'm still scrabbling around trying to get at least 2 reasonable armies in the field. I know I've got 3 technically, so I've got this defensive army down here and I've got 2 armies in there. It's a bit difficult to see, and I have to accept that playing as a barbarian when the economy is a little bit of a challenge, but a bit more about that in the future. I think while we're on this map, let's talk a little bit of tactics. Now what the problem is, I've got Carthage down here and they've got 3 client states down here. I'm not sure if these guys are a client state, but they've definitely got 3 client states. They're at war with Rome, and I don't really feel I'm big enough at the moment to go head to head with Carthage, especially as they've got this area here. And of course, operating as a navy is going to be a complete waste of time with Carthage. The Lusitani naval units are, well, I can't really recruit anything of any strength, so I think at the moment coming this way is not really going to be an option until Carthage gets into something a bit bigger than what it currently is at the moment. At the moment they're at Rome, but I still think it's too early in the game to start mixing that up. What I've done during the period off-camera play is I've finally got a trade deal with the Massilia, and what I would like to do at the moment is keep Massilia as a buffer against the Romans. So that only really leaves expanding this way, because the Lusitani have victory conditions up here. So I think the way forward is through here. Now the problem is that this faction, even though it's almost a single region, they've got 2 full stack armies. So I need to build my armies up in order to be able to take these guys out, because they've got an army down here. Let's just show you. So the situation at the moment is, well, if I show you diplomatically, Carthage hates us, but at the same time they're distracted with their war at Rome. Massilia is neutral, I mean, but they've got a trade agreement with us, and they've just got the 2 regions here with a buffer with Rome, and they're actually at war with the, what's it, I can't remember what these guys are called, the Insubres over here, and that just leaves this here, the Visesci, I think that's it, Vivisci, I think is how you pronounce that. And what they've got is the 2 armies, and these guys are unfriendly due to our cultural expansion. I don't know whether that will degrade over time, but they're not at war with anyone. And what they've got is they've got an army down here which is fairly powerful. They've got lots of light spears, more importantly they've got lots of cav, and they've certainly got a great big pile of missile units. So taking them on is going to be interesting. I've got my main army here, which is just hanging around looking threatening. I think what I'm going to do is just pull you to about there. And what I'm doing is keeping this army within striking distance. But at the same time, what I want to do is able to get patrol to get my cash up. Now this is my beginnings of a second army, because I've got this other army down here, but it's not particularly that strong, and it's very lightweight. You can see it's a couple of axemen and all that. I mean, their job really is to look threatening while this area is still building up. I don't think this is, oh no, it's back up to full strength. So what I need to do is build this army up, but at the same time I feel that I need at least 1 more cav into this army. Now going on to the economy, let's just go through the economy. What I've done is I spent quite a long time going through the different options here for building, and what I've decided to do is try and move a little bit towards industrial. It seems to be the way forward. I mean, this build has specialist buildings here, And I think the biggest challenge has been getting my head around this structure, because I've been looking at this and saying, oh, it's food only, but of course it's not. And the main path I've found so far is this. And when you look at the top value of all these buildings through here, there's not many that make a really large amounts of money. Even these settlements, I mean, that one's going to be worth quite a lot, but it's going to take, I mean, the only positive thing is the fact that these do generate a lot of cash with a lot less overheads compared to like Hellenic factions. But it's still going to take time to build these up. So what I've been doing is working on this here. I've put this in to try and improve the sanitation. I've got the clay pits going in 2 locations, but you can see they're quite not ready yet. And the objective is going to be is to just to try and drive this economy a bit, get 2 field armies up and running that I can then wage war here, because we're going to have to try and get through here. These guys have even got a reasonably sized small navy. And the other problem also got here is these guys don't like us very much, partly because I had a little bit of a bad diplomatic event which resulted in these guys taking negative loyalty, but I do need to develop these up a little bit. At the moment the risk is still 0, so we're okay. I mean, I'd like to get this guy in on the battlefield as well, simply because one, he may add to the economy, and also I want to recruit some cav, but at the same time I don't want this army to wander too far. I mean, the trouble is if I recruit the general here, what we got here, I think it's Lancaster Chieftains. Yeah, I mean, these are already expensive. I mean, I could put this guy back in. I mean, these are free ones, but Council of Chieftains, I mean, is this guy any good? 0 growth per turn, replenishment. I mean, they're all pretty rubbishy. I mean, this guy's a bit better. I mean, maybe I can raise an army. Just want to make sure it's in the right place. Yeah, I'm going to raise it. I think we're going to raise this guy, Council of Chieftains. I don't really want another member of my family fighting, because I want to get the chieftains in. You're Council of Chieftains. Are you well, you're -4, you're actually worst of all. It makes sense to get this guy in. Right, we're going to recruit him. I think we're just going to go for the cheaper option for the moment. Missile damage, I don't know, it's 13. I think probably might as well recruit him, and that means, and what I would like is, I'm just going to recruit him here. When I can't spend any cash on my economy anyway, I think that's all we can do this turn, guys. I mean, these guys eventually I would like to confederate with them, but they're not quite ready yet. So I got a feeling this part is going to be quite literally me just building up the armies, trying to get this economy started, and hopefully no one's going to declare war on me. Okay, need for cavalry. Got here, cavalry recruitment. That could be useful. Yep, I'm going to go with that. We've now completed the research shallow keel. I think on the moment I'm working towards this, and I'm not sure why. Why am I working towards this? I built this. I think that's a bit of a fail. I think I was meant to go this way. Oh, that's replenishment rate for all armies. Yeah, because I've got these barracks, but I can't replace them if I lose them. I think that's my thought process. But I need to get to here to make sure I can get the proving grounds, which then opens up this option here to move through to here. And we've got the clay pits. think what I'm going to do is bring this over here. Going to get another cavalry unit in here. Actually, just have a quick look. Anything that can drive my economy. Yeah, that's not going to be really worth it. I mean, I've got plenty of food at the moment. Maybe I could convert this to something else. I mean, this is giving me 4 food. I mean, could I push this to a clay pit as well? Maybe that might be the way forward. I mean, that's giving me 4 food, 60 wealth, and a supply base. I think I've got to do it, guys. I mean, I've got plenty of food at the moment. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, if any of you guys have got a better way to build up this economy, but to me, it seems to be the logical way to do that. At the moment, I've just dumped my spy here for just to try and keep the economy going. And of course, you're not going to be able to. Oh, maybe I can just go with some cheap Iberian cavalry. I mean, you're 9-8, charge bonus 41, weapons damage 44. I think maybe we're just going to need to go for some, because this army's got. Oops, where is it? 8, get out of the way. I mean, you've got some Iberian cavalry in as well. I just had a thought that maybe if I can bring this army up with this army, and they can combine, then maybe that's winter. So I think I'm just gonna sit there for the moment, guys. I mean, maybe we could scare this guy off, but then if I'm gonna hit those, I'd like to take this army out in one go. Maybe that will be an option. And it's winter, so I think we could. Don't want to raid. Just make sure I'm not. I haven't put this army. I've raided my own territory again. I can be a bit derpy sometimes. I think that's about it. I'm just going to go for another end turn. Winter's a real pain in the neck anyway. I'd forgotten. I suppose I spent so much time fighting in the desert in my last campaigns. I suppose I've forgotten what a real pain in the neck fighting in the barbarian countries with winter is. Construction complete. We've got a sculptor. Got a population surplus down here. Right, we're certainly going to need to look at that.
Ready for battle.
Get this army up.
Your next command?
This guy's here. I think these armies are now close enough. One thought I did have, custom reactive. Okay. I did have a thought about maybe reducing the size of this army a little bit. I mean, but then these troops are so cheap.
Thirsty for battle.
This area, I think what we can do here is we get one of these, and I like the idea of. We really need a bit of a spear line, to be honest. And we've got these guys here. I mean, they're pretty good. 8-13. But we can't recruit them at the moment because we can't afford them. We've got 8-11. I think I'm just going to wait for the moment. Just cancel them for the moment. I'm just going to sit on the cash, I think, for the moment. I think we're just going to... I'm started to think that if I bring this army down, and we'll risk a patrol for the moment, that we can spack this army with the quickly, and then become defensive here. I don't know anything here. At the moment I'm just keeping this spy tucked in here so I can keep an eye on what's going on there. Got a little bit of cash to spend.
Ready for orders.
You're just recruiting the same.
When your feet bleed, you
Can I do anything economically at the moment? Nope. Oh, no, we got this expansion, haven't we? What have we got here? I think this is where choosing the right area here. I mean, we've got food and a bit of wealth. Let's just make sure. What can we get from these? Commons. We've got a lawmaster's hut. That gives us wealth from entertainment. Research provides a garrison. This is wealth. 112. I mean, super treen. Storage pit, super treen. I don't think I really need anything here. I mean, it could be useful, but I think not for this. So that one here to 325. That will get me to 500. That's still less than the clay pit, but at the same time that. So this would give me 75 wealth. That would give me 225 wealth. I think maybe we will go with this because the public order's a little bit low here as well, and maybe we can build up down this path or one of these. Right, let's go for another end turn. Sorry this is a bit boring, guys, but I just feel I need to get this economy kick-started and running. Inspired population, thank you. That's pushing the income up a little bit.
For the tribe.
I'm going to bring this up to here, and it's going to put him into the army. I mean, he's 395.
Warriors all.
Who is this? This is our king. Actually,
Get moving. Thirsty. Move out.
I think we're going to go the other way, like that.
Getting on our way. Thirsty for battle.
And what I'm going to do is move my king back somewhere where he can make some cash.
Warriors all.
Now, he can't do anything,
Thirsty for battle.
and I've got about 1900 again. Just go look through anything here that's going to make me any cash. Nope. Okay, we might as well recruit something. A couple of troops here.
Ready for orders.
Actually,
Ready for battle.
I'd like to keep my faction leader on the map at the moment. One, because he's cheap, and two, he's probably improving the economy a bit. I think, right, let's just build this up. You guys
Are
are
you ready to do your
Wow.
duty to the tribe?
I think we're just gonna keep building this army up. That brings you up to 11. When I strike, I've got to strike quick, because if I take this army out, what will happen is that they will immediately start to build a new army there. Unless I can effectively wreck this army but without killing it. Anyway, another turn. Okay, we've got a construction report. Got a sewage ditch and clay pit. So at the moment all I'm doing is offsetting the cost of recruitment. And I have a plan. I think
Move out.
why won't my
Get moving. For the tribe.
oh
Ready for battle.
that's great. My
Ready for battle. Getting on our way.
okay. I think actually thought
Get moving. Thirsty for battle.
you come back to here
Starting out.
and you hold the cav and go into patrol.
Be left behind. For the tribe.
This gives this army to cav some missile troops here, and what I need now is, I've got 4 sets of slingers. What I need is some axemen. You're pretty cheap. Let's get a couple of axemen. What I'm thinking is that my faction leader can keep the 2 cav. He can support this army with the cav, so I can get the benefits of him being on the map and making me a little bit of cash whilst I build this army up, and then when we go to attack up through here, we could do something. Yeah, I think that will work actually. And so what we're going to do is build this army up, and then this, and then that would give me massive cav superiority. Yeah, this army doesn't have cav. Right, that's going to be the objective, guys. So we're just going to keep building this up. I don't think we're going to get any battles in this part. What have we got here? Well, we'll give you a bit more cunning, manipulation, coercion, critical success, advance evading enemies, chance of success. We'll just keep building this guy up. Cunning base. Wow. That could be useful. I've never seen that before. Well, maybe we can indulge in a little bit of robbery.
What would you have of me?
I think at the moment, I think what we can do is just come up here and see what. Let's have a quick look round what's going on up here.
There is more I could do.
And open up this map a little bit, because there's the Pictones are up here somewhere, but it looks like these guys are going to be a bit of a challenge as well. Right, I'm just going to go for another intern, guys. Allow the adoption. Now I'm going to have to stop the adoption here, because I've only got 2 characters in my faction, so sorry about that. Hidden agent exposed. That's all my cash gone. Search technology the following siegecraft. What am I actually doing siegecraft? 4 turns. What would I get for? Yeah, well, that's not even worth the effort. Faction rises. Right, there's a confederation right out there. Construction complete. So we got a little bit of cash here. I think it's time for you to change to fortification. Wow. No, you can't actually attack anyway, so I'm getting a bit worried about this army doing a sneak attack on me. Can't build anything anyway. So we've certainly got here 5,000. Wow, we're gonna have to save up some cash to build that up. And again, I think this is one of the problems with playing as a barbarian is just raising that cash.
Thirsty for battle.
I can't recruit anything, so you might as well just get into patrol and give me a tiny amount of cash. I mean, I could bump the tax thing up. I mean, is that but part of this could be from winter. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bump the tax rate up for a few turns, because I think this can, I mean, I'm in the green all the way through, and hopefully what we then, if I do a couple of turns on green, maybe we can get this up. Again, it only really doubles the income. Oh, for the wealth of the Hellenic factions. Now we're just going to go for another intern, guys. Okay, increase in rank. War Maiden. Construction complete. We've got the commons now being completed. Now, we've got a bit of an interesting development down here. Is these guys have moved.
Ready for orders.
And what I'm going to do is pull. How far can these guys move? What I'm going to do is move this army back because I want him to get in patrol.
Ready for further orders. Get moving, you wretched.
And what I'm just hoping that I move this army back. Now the question is, do I save money for this or recruit troops for? I mean, I've got an army of 11. I mean, if he moves back this way, I mean, if these guys declared war on anyone or something like that, nope. I think what we're going to do is bring you
Move out.
two armies together, and I think maybe I'll get what we got here. What are you? You're 212. You're 200. How strong's your front line?
Battle. Ready for orders. We need
Let's go for it, guys.
orders.
I just feel that we need it. I'm just gonna bring our faction leader here,
Get moving.
like that. Got 1200 to spend. We've got, let's have a quick look. We've got one more turn, and that's going to give us a tiny amount more economy. This is built, but we can't. I mean, I could have put something in here. 3,000. Right, I think that's all we can do this turn. I think I'm going to go one more turn, guys, because I'm aware that this isn't probably all that exciting.
Here's all.
Let's give this guy campaign movement range, experience. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. Just going to go for an end turn. And a child is born. And we've got another clay pit, so we've got a little bit of cash to spend. Now this army's moving back. I've got a feeling he's going home, and that could be useful, because if he moves one more turn, I mean, I could attack him now with two armies, but the trouble is if I attack him with two armies he may back off, and this army could get in. We're in summer now. I think we're just going to bring you up here. I think I want to go one more turn, partly to get the research and partly to do that. And where is this? We could take that up. But my inclination is use the money to build that. Right, I think we're now on the cusp of war. And I think I want to go one more turn and see where this guy is actually going. Right, we've got research complete headhunter. Now this could be interesting, because if I go to attack him, he is a good chance he may retreat, and I don't want him to retreat. So what we're actually going to do is
Starting out.
move him away,
Orders.
bring the general in.
Thirsty for
You
battle.
move away to there. And we've got a bit of research to do. So we've now researched that. That gives me a bit more cash. I think we need to go economy now. What we got here? Building construction costs. Wealtham Industries. I think that could be the good next step. Great diplomacy. You're not at war. Time to declare
You are
war.
welcome, although my ancestors and people expect talk.
What we're going to do. And now, battles are few and far between, but I want to really take this army down. 79%. But then, if I let this army escape damaged, the AI won't recruit it, it will just retreat it, but then it can pull back this way. 81%. Sorry guys, I've got to go. I want to. What's that? A flag waving around. Wow. That's ridiculous. How come this general? And that I still didn't destroy them?
Get moving.
That's crazy.
Ready for orders. Warriors all. Warriors all.
That is absolutely crazy. I absolutely hate the auto resolve. So I've now got myself into a war. Ah, great. Alright, you back this way. But it's winter.
Warriors all.
I feel I need to change the general here because I can't have a damaged general. Oops. Replace. Lang. Are you? You're the guy here.
Thirsty for battle.
Replace. Influence minus 18 tribal chiefs. That's the. Okay, you've got the job. Oops, no. And got Iberian heavy cavalry. 8, 10. What are you? You're 367. I think we'll go with a heavy cav.
Kill the cowards.
And I'm just going to kill these guys off, and we'll probably take another ridiculous. Yeah.
Is that all? Ready for battle. Thirsty for battle. Warriors.
You pull him out, put him in.
On the move, lads. Ready for orders.
Actually,
For the
No.
tribe. Ready for battle. Ready for orders. Ready for battle. Warriors all.
right.
Ready for battle. On the move.
Right, the next turn is winter.
Ready for orders.
King, you can just go
I
into
don't
patrol.
care how tired you are.
These guys can't get to us, so we can
Warriors all. When
make a
you
bit
beat
more
Blade,
cash
you can
here.
Thirsty for battle. Ready for orders.
Starts patrol,
Care how tired you are.
and certainly want you as a knight commander.
Warriors
Just make
all.
sure. Yep, you're okay.
For the tribe.
Right, you need anything that's going to. Actually, what was that? Oh, I can't do it now. Armor all units. Chance of discovering hidden agents and armies. Turn authority and gravitas. Authority. Actually, quite like that, but I think we're going to give him authority and shots per. I actually like that as well. I think we can go one more turn, guys, and then that's going to be in for this part. Definitely should have fought that battle. New political appointment, chief's declared the man. Mission failed, yes, well, not slightly be interested. Subject has gained no territory. And let's see what he's got here, what we got here, this idiot. Local chieftain to test you, he curses your ambitions, your military might. Just gonna bribe. Now, this is winter.
Ready for orders.
These guys are now in my territory. I can't move this far.
Warriors all.
Let's move you up to there. Put you into ambush.
For battle.
Put this army here. That looks tempting.
Ready for battle.
This army can just fall back over here.
Get moving.
And we'll see if these guys fall for it. I mean, the trouble is all these agents around. And of course, here we go. I knew I shouldn't have destroyed that army.
I could do more.
We got quite a lot of cash now. Let's see if we can, what path we're going to go down. 1250, 300. I think we're definitely going to go down this path. Okay guys, I keep saying it, but I'm just so intrigued how I'm going to do this. I want to know if this ambush is going to work, so we're going to go for an end turn. Hidden agent exposed. And I think what's happened is this army has come down.
The shadows
Prayer.
are friends. The way is closed.
Ready for orders. Move out. Ready.
I'm not falling for that. You've gone into ambush stance here, and I can't see you.
Thirsty for
So what we're going to do is come forward in force.
The way is blocked.
I mean, he's definitely in here somewhere.
Impossible.
Actually, can we agent subversion, misdirection?
I can twist many a word.
It's hindered. Right, we've hindered this guy. This guy's actually got another rank.
How can I help?
He's definitely in here with an ambush. I think what we're going to do
For
is
the tribe.
recruit a couple of extra troops here. You're 9-9, you're 12-9. My inclination is to get, at the moment I'd love these, but I think two of these
It's a
would
good
probably
luck.
be more important. Right guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. We are now at war with these up here. There's definitely an army in here that's laying an ambush. Therefore, we're just going to have to see what we can do about breaking through there. Because these armies are obviously operating well in advance, actually.
Ready for
What
orders.
was it here? Shield Maiden.
I'm going. I'm a going.
I think we're just going to use the agent
Maid.
as well. See if we can find the army. Right, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.